We have been invited over to Marian Spencer's house. She's an 88-and-a-half-year-old woman who was the first woman and first black woman city council member here in Cincinnati. She has some people over, and she's invited us by for a little chat. So let's go see what that's about. Hi. Hi.
You're my ladies.
I hope I dressed properly.
All these Cincinnati people.
Hi, I'm Mark.
I'm Marian Spencer.
Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Good to know
Hi,
you.
everybody. I'm Mark. Well, can I sit here? Can I sit down here, do you think?
Yes.
Oh. Is anyone in politics here? And you were in politics?
I was one term, 83, 85.
And did any of you think that you would see a black president in your lifetime?
No.
Never.
Never. I actually thought for him to receive the nomination was about as much history as I was going to experience in my lifetime. Never dreaming that he would pick up the momentum across this country and the world. And I think behind him will be Hispanics and Chinese, and for the first time the presidency can really mirror who lives here. And that's far more than all white men.
That's right.
There you go.
Now, what is Cincinnati like along those lines? I mean, is there...
We're a border city. We are the place that when people came first, they were put on the backs of the trains if they were black. Once the river was crossed, you were supposed to be in Ohio, which was supposed to be free. But people had to pay $500 cash in order to really live as other citizens in this community when they got here. It was a stop on the Underground Railroad to Canada, but many people coming didn't want to stay. It's a hard nut to crack, as I have said time and again, in the racial area, because it still has so much baggage.
Most of the people who are for Obama are young college students. They don't see Obama as black or white. They see him as a person. I don't think it should be discussed as a racial issue or really seen. I don't see it that way. The only thing that differs him is the color of his skin. He's just as white as he is black.
Right. But I think... But he's black, right. Because I think...
But whether they're black, white, poor, rich, you have to accept that person as they are.
Right. Right.
You have to accept that person as they are.
But that takes some tolerance on behalf of people that are closed-minded.
And there are people who think like that.
I agree, but the bottom line is you have been very blessed and very fortunate. My mother had 15 kids, and we came up very poor. And all my life, I have been felt that being black was not the very best. I am often hurt and disappointed with the city of Cincinnati and America for the way they've treated me and my 14 siblings.
I think the sooner you wipe out this idea of race and the sooner you begin to think of people as people.
And I agree that we should not have race as the problem. But if Obama don't get in, it's because he's a black man.
That's right.
I feel that.
Absolutely.
I feel that. And I feel until white people, and this is just for me, white people realize that we are just as human, just as educated, just as loving, just as caring as they are, the underneath white man is going to always give us a run for our money. I believe that.
I agree with her.
I'm glad he looks like he does. I really am. I'm happy he looks black. And I want him to help this world get together.
And I think to look at this as non-racist is a big mistake. This is there's race all over it.
That's right.
And because race is such an issue in this country, I think that's why the campaign has turned so negative.
towards
And
race
what I'm
and
saying is
Sarah Palin and those code words.
Well, sure, it should not be, but the reality is, it is.
That's right. Those people are shameless white supremacists. The people that they are shameless white supremacists in this country.
I am so disappointed with our electoral process. Since Bush has been in office, for the first time, we can't trust our vote.
And that's why
so I did not want to give them any opportunity to lose my vote. So I will walk across the street with my 21-year-old daughter at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we will vote. A family vote.
Yep.
Because this is such a historic election.
I really, from the very beginning, felt that what is happening now would happen, that we would have the largest turnout ever. I came up as a granddaughter of a freed slave who never talked about slavery. He only talked about education and getting what you need to compete in this world that you're a part of. But I also looked at my son in the baby buggy and said, you too, you may one day be president. I felt that that could happen. And I realized that the work that we do in our individual communities has made a big difference in not only how we look at people, but how we work with each other to change the world that we are a part of. I'm a feminist. I've never missed voting. I was born the year 1920 that women got the right to vote. I have never missed voting in a primary or a general election. I don't plan to. Too many people have died for that right. We in this country have been able to say, at least people believe, that we embellished diversity. That you came back past the Statue of Liberty, and here you were coming to a totally different quality of life. Those of us who are black, who live in this country, know that that is not true, but that we are continuing to work, and we've got a lot of problems. But with a leader like Obama, it'll be easier to interpret the meaning of diversity.
Well, I appreciate you ladies talking to me, and I hope everybody feels like they were heard. And we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.